Maybe correctly with the correct amount.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com.
While Voltaire is packing to return to Paris, the light in his room suddenly changes as a black light fills the room, and he turns around to see a figure, a bright white figure silhouetted against the black light with brilliant white wings outstretched. Then it stabilizes a bit, and he sees the face of this glowing figure. "Son, we need to talk."
As soon as he takes it in for a second, like as it's happening, Voltaire just kind of cocks his head to the side. He's just like, "What on earth is happening?" And then he says, "My son." And then it clicks. And he walks over and immediately punches this man in the face.
It feels like you just punched a molten brick wall.
Ouch!
His face does not give at all beneath your punch, and it burns to touch.
Oh.
I would not suggest doing that.
A little bit of warning would have been nice. I mean, you can't exactly expect to show up after God knows how many years and just be like, "My son, we have to talk," and not expect me to have some sort of... you're even making me lose my favorite accent. Look at you.
It is only because of my blood running through your veins that you can see me now without igniting in flames.
Well, I guess there are some perks. He sits down on an overstuffed, extremely lavish armchair and just cradles his now just burned hand. He's just like, "Well, dude, now that you have thoroughly invaded whatever privacy I had left, what do you want?"
There is a darkness coming.
We kind of gathered that. I believe we took care of it. You know, big, nasty monstrosity underneath the city. It was rather stressful, and I was hoping to get away and drown my sorrows in the jazz of Paris.
What you experienced with the Lady of Spring was simply a precursor for what is to come.
Hang on, I have a feeling I'm not going to want to hear what you have to say sober. And he just goes, opens up this liquor cabinet and grabs a bottle, comes back to said lavishly adorned armchair, and just takes a swig and just like... Okay. You said this was a precursor? Us almost destroying an entire city was a precursor.
Indeed.
Well, I'm afraid, dear father, you're going to have to be a little more specific if you are wanting me to lend whatever meager resources I am capable.
Unfortunately, there is not much I am permitted to speak.
There is not much I am willing to help you with. So you're gonna have to find a loophole.
He actually does chuckle at that slightly.
I mean, What, aside from the recent help, which, by the way, I am grateful. I am grateful for the pointers. But a few pointers can't exactly make up for years, centuries of neglect.
I was not permitted further interaction with you.
You weren't permitted? You weren't permitted to see your son? Bullshit.
I watched you, but I was not allowed to interfere with the course of your life.
Do you know how much a single pointer heavens above, 100 years would have helped? You seem to be rather liberal with them recently.
I have done all I can to help you over the centuries. Only recently have I been permitted a more active hand.
You keep on saying permitted. Who is controlling you?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Forgive me. I kinda gave up the mysterious ways nonsense a long time ago.
I am aware.
So I will say yet again, you're going to have to be a little more specific if you expect me to give half a damn about what you have to say.
He gets a sort of a contemplative look on his face. An enemy from your past is coming to this city.
All right. You have piqued my interest. But yet again, that doesn't exactly narrow the playing field. As I'm sure you've noticed, enemies aren't exactly something I have a short supply of.
A very, very old enemy.
Okay.
One you believed dead.
Interesting.
They come here to destroy, to burn, to ravage, to end.
Might one say they come on a crusade of sorts?
That gets just the corner of one lip. One might say.
Ah. Well then, if what you are saying is true, which, by the way, if I didn't need my hands so desperately in good condition, I probably would try and punch you again, because I trust you about as far as I can throw you. But after trying to punch you, I imagine that would end about as badly.
It would not be advisable.
Okay. Well, if they are planning on coming to the city, then there are some people who would benefit from being made aware, namely the people I work for.
I cannot direct your actions.
I would expect nothing less. You've done a fat lot of nothing up until now.
I have done more than you know.
I will await that realization, but right now I feel like reveling in some hatred.
Understandable. I did not enjoy being kept from you.
I didn't particularly enjoy watching everybody I loved die, with no explanation other than the vagaries that Mother gave me.
Unfortunately, you were the stretching of the rules. I was not permitted much after that.
Ah. Maybe that's why I get my rebellious streak. Can I offer you a drink? I have wine. I think I could even find some sacramental stuff if you feel that holy.
It is unnecessary.
Well then, you may take me up on that by the time we're done. We're gonna need to do some planning. And I'm gonna need you to give me straight answers. Or, if you are still not permitted, then for hell's sakes, take me to somebody who is.
Ask your questions. I will answer as best I can.
Okay. I've gathered that whoever is coming is somebody that I believe that I killed from the Inquisition. They're the oldest enemies I have, and to be honest, my favorite scapegoat for everything that's gone wrong in my life. Are you allowed to tell me who it is?
I am not.
Well, that's helpful. Can you tell me why they particularly chose this particular time to come to the quote-unquote City of Sin?
They were instructed.
Great. Do you know when they will be here?
They are here.
And you decided to come and tell me this now? This would have been an excellent thing to know 3 weeks ago. But let me guess. You were not permitted.
I was not.
I have a feeling I'm going to greatly dislike whoever is in charge of you.
You have already expressed your dislike of him many times.
Well, I hope you can at least understand to some extent why.
I can.
Good. Now, are you sure you don't want a drink? Being that hot, thank you again, by the way, can't be comfortable.
It is my natural state.
Yes, and it seems my natural state, as of late, is getting beaten senseless by God knows what, God knows where, because God knows who decides that I no longer need to exist.
He, glances away, almost like he's listening to someone else. I cannot stay.
Ah. Well then, can you give me a more reliable way to get in touch with you in the future? Because every time I try the whole angelic thing, it isn't exactly reliable, and then I feel the express urge to be drunk.
I can give you one thing, if you are willing to accept it.
Well, it seems that I won't have much of a choice.
He steps forward and holds out a finger, reaches out and touches you on the forehead. And that touch on the forehead, there's a flash of light and searing pain. And then when you can see again, he's gone. As that negative light is fading from the room, you can hear his voice one last time. Be warned. She will be endangered. And then the light fades.
You could have led with that. Family. And he goes about his business with a drastic change in plans.
Season 2 of The Unseen World will begin on Friday, June 4th.